Hey guys, so this is week 6. There's a lot going on this week. Pretty much, I wasn't able to meet up with our artists, my group's artists last week, who were the Puble twins. However, we were able to do it this Sunday, and so everything worked out. The interview was great. I think it went really well. So just to give you a little brief overview of what happened, we drove down to LA, met them at their apartment. They're really interesting, cool people to talk to. I was really excited to hear their answers to a couple of my questions because most people, when it comes to the type of questions I ask, I guess they don't really understand what I'm trying to get at because it's pretty like intellectual when it comes to like creative art, I guess you could say. So one of the two main questions that I really wanted them to ask, which I got really interesting answers on, were the first question was what mood do they feel do they feel allows them to put out their best work in terms of art? Because I know, like for me, being a musician, I can't really write music unless I'm going through a certain experience in my life at that moment in time. And so when I asked that question, I feel like immediately one of the twins kind of just jumped on it because she kind of felt like we kind of knew where we were both going with it. And she was saying that one of the reasons why she got into the wrestling, what she does now for performing art, was because at that time in her life she just went through a divorce, so there was a lot of mental pain she was going through at the time, but just being in the ring and going through that physical pain kind of balanced out and kind of allowed her to overcome that, which was really cool to hear because that's pretty much what I do every day with my music. So it's really cool to hear that someone else kind of has same viewpoints as yourself when it comes to art. And the other thing that was really interesting was when I asked them about how they go about society's expectations of what society views as what art is nowadays, and how they go about deciding, is this something that I make because this is what I love, or is it something I make because it's what society would love? And when I asked that question, they were very straightforward, gave a very clear-cut answer that, if you're only doing it because it's what society wants, it's not going to be your best work. And because of that, you might as well not do it to begin with if it's not something that you're fully involved in, you're fully, put your heart into. Which, it makes complete sense. People can kind of tell when you're only doing something to please them. However, if your work that you're doing is very original, and it's very real to yourself, people will connect with that. And that's pretty much what I got from them, which was really cool because, that's something I struggle with as a musician. So that was really interesting and cool to hear. And yeah, so that was pretty much just a little preview of our interview. There was many more questions I asked. I have it all recorded on my phone. So I'll probably be putting some more of that maybe in the catalog essay or maybe in my next vlog, who knows. Other than that, we did talk to them about the virtual art installation, and so there was kind of two ideas we were working with. We were working with the idea of maybe building them like a wrestling ring in Second Life, since one of their main focuses is right now at least is wrestling, or Mexican wrestling. So we figured what better way to represent that than the actual stage that they perform in. And other than that, they also do or they used to do burlesque shows, so we're thinking maybe building like a burlesque theater in Second Life. We're not really sure which one to go with at the moment, depending on the rest of my group. I'll probably let you guys know by Thursday when we do our Shark Tank interview which one we've decided to go with by then, hopefully. So now moving on to the Eva and Franco reading for this week. So this week's was called, or the title of the work was called, "Copies Are More Important Than Their Original." I must have read this thing like 5 times, and I still don't quite think I understand what it's trying to get at. But one phrase that really keeps sticking out to me every single time I read it, and might be because it's italicized, I believe, but it was the fact that it was saying that all knowledge is some form of plagiarism. Actually, it's not italicized. The word genius in front of it is in quotes. But yeah. So pretty much, if I could just focus on that one quote for a second, it's pretty much saying that no one's a genius. No one is. For that part, for at least what I get out of it, is no one is fully original in a sense. We all learn things through experience, and most of that experience comes from other people around us and those who surround us. Whether that be friends, family, colleagues at school, classmates, whatever. We're all learning from each other. We're learning from we also learn from ourselves, but for the most part, I guess what it's trying to say is nothing we really do is original, because someone else has done it before us, and that's probably where we got it from. Like I said, whether it be our parents, friends, or family. And being said that, I kind of think that's what they're trying to get at when they say that Eva and Franco Mattis they took this website and they pretty much, okay, so long story short, there was this website called hell.com, which is like a password and protected website, and for 24 hours they let people view all of the art on that web page. However, Eva and Franco took it into their own hands to copy everything that was on that web page and put it up on their own for everyone to see, past that 24-hour time limit. And so pretty much people were pissed off. Long story short, people were pissed off, and I could see why. If I had put something up of my own that I only wanted up for a certain couple hours or so, and someone took it, I might be upset at first. But going back to that quote that all knowledge is some form of plagiarism, I don't know if I'd be upset after thinking about that quote, because pretty much what I think of that is, what people did is they were taking the art from that hell.com webpage and they would remaster it. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen something online that they themselves have liked and go, wow, I know, like for me, like whenever I do my sketches for this class, I always go online and I find someone else's work who inspires me. And whether I duplicate it exactly, not quite, I kind of put my own spin on it. So I kind of feel like that's where it's going. If that work wasn't there for me to duplicate, that's what the internet is for. It should be, kind of like a collaboration of everyone, because that's how you learn. That's how we come up with knowledge. We're all growing off each other, and art shouldn't be this one-dimensional thing that this person created it, therefore it's theirs, it's copywritten, leave it that way. I guess the best way for me to look at it music-wise is like dubstep. Many dubstep songs, not original. They take original songs, they remaster them. Are they breaking copyright rules? Maybe, but I'm pretty sure they get copyrights. They get rights to those songs, but pretty much they're taking someone else's work and they're putting their own spin on it. So that's kind of like what I get from this reading, that Eva and Franco took these this virtual art gallery and they left it online just so that other people, even right now if I wanted to, I could look this up and I could collaborate off of it. And that's just really cool to think about, that the internet's so big and so vast with music, pictures, art, everything in general, that there's so much remastering and remixing that you can do. It's pretty much endless, the possibilities. And they always say, the kind of like, I don't know the right word, but like two heads are better than one, I guess you could say. I feel like when you collaborate with more people, the more people you have involved, the better outcomes you're gonna get. That's why they say, at least for bands, the more band members you have, the more variety you're gonna have in your music. You're not gonna be stuck to just one specific genre. If you have people who are really love ska music and people who are really into like something heavy and someone who's into like neoclassical, you're gonna come up with something really interesting, because you're taking all these different aspects and you're mixing them together. So I kind of feel like that's where they were going with this, saying that, you know, just kind of like what Glenn Zuckman was saying on Thursday in lecture, to really think about what copyrights mean, and, you know, how you want to use it, you know, depending on who you are and what you want to do with your work. That's why, like, now for me, I put the I believe it's Creative Commons on my Tumblr, meaning that people can go in there, remix anything of mine. They can even throw it up on TV or whatever. I think that's what it's called, Creative Commons. As long as they give me credit for it, and I'm completely fine with that. You know, like I said, the more people collaborating, the better. So that's my opinion on the reading. Looking forward to Thursday. The only thing is catalog essay. I hope we can get that done before tonight, because I know we're cutting time short, seeing that we barely interviewed our artists today. But I will try to get that in as soon as possible. So wish me luck on that. All right, thank you.